Hello everyone, my name is Adrian, and I guess I just wanted to talk. I didn't really plan this, so hopefully something useful comes out of my mouth. I have been recognizing the importance more and more of presence, of regulating the nervous system. It's like, of course I've known this. I've taken in this information and I have done my best to practice it to the best of my ability, but I'm recognizing that it's time to increase it, up it even more, to be more present, to pay more attention to my nervous system and regulation. It's very important for neurodivergent people to practice regulating the nervous system. It's really a game changer, so necessary, because when you're a neurodivergent, autistic especially, it's very easy to become dysregulated because the environment isn't always compatible with us, I guess. And it's like I've just been recognizing that while, I do things like I spend a lot of my time alone, but also I spend a lot of time out working because of what I do for money, so I am out in public a lot, which of course I already know affects me. But I've always do my little ways of protecting my energy when I'm out working all day. But it's also not the best, because it is a bit isolating, because I try to do everything I can to not get bombarded by other people's energy, but of course, at the end of the day, we're all people and we still need human interaction. So it's kind of it's an interesting dynamic to be out around a lot of people and to at the same time be alone. But outside of working, I do spend a lot of my time alone by myself. I don't really have friends here close by that I can see on a regular basis. So I conserve my energy in that way because I get to spend a lot of time alone. But I have recognized that while I am still alone, I have been causing myself to be overstimulated very often. And also, because I guess this is just something that I learned a long time ago, to adapt to being overstimulated is just being numb to it and not even always realizing that I have done that I have numbed myself, that I know when I was younger, I spent a lot of time disassociating from my environment because it was so overwhelming to me. And that was the only way for me to cope. And it's like, it's a bit of a privilege, but it's also like in the long run, it becomes something that is detrimental to you. Because it's like, yes, not everybody can just disassociate from their environment to cope, but it's also like not, while it's helpful, and not that I've always been able to do it there. I mean, there have been times where I'm fully overtaken by something and overstimulated to the max, and very aware of that fact. I guess I have more of a tendency towards a shutdown than a meltdown, especially like at this age now. Don't really have so many meltdowns, but it's like it also it like okay, here's why it hasn't been the best, because my ability to disassociate or to go into shutdown at like the point of like definitely being overstimulated and just entirely shutting down is not great, because my ability to do that and the way that I have been doing that for so long has prevented me from realizing just how often I am actually overstimulated. And so it's like the more present I become, the more that I am recognizing how many things cause me to be overstimulated. And it's like I've been bringing myself out of just disassociating, which makes a lot of things that I didn't quite recognize before unbearable to me. It's just drawing to my attention how much I need to change about the way that I've been operating in my life, how I can be more nurturing to self and stop overloading myself with so much stimulation. Like, I mean, I've talked about before how I don't really have the best relationship to my cell phone, and just constantly taking in a lot of information. And I don't know, just the last couple days I've been able to see certain things just being too much for me, and I'm like, I just gotta step away from this. I just gotta be in my own energy more. I can't be doing this as often. And I've been recognizing the ways that I have been giving too much of myself to certain people as well. Just using too much of my energy and not having enough boundaries, which the boundaries thing, I have been aware of this for a while, and it's like I give myself a lot of grace for it, because it's like, given the way that I grew up, you know, and a lot of us grew up in this way, it's like you can't just expect yourself to know how to set boundaries when you were never taught. And so it's okay that it's been taking me time to become better at this, you know. And I feel very grateful that a lot of it just seemed to be taken care of for me, you know. I'm a very spiritual person, and I've dedicated myself to massive amounts of healing and awareness and expansion really for a long time, but it's just been increasing more and more. And it's like, especially entering adulthood, the many things that have changed and shifted in my life is insane. And it's like, with my own growth, my own dedication to my own healing, it's like a lot of things were just taken care of for me. So it's like I didn't necessarily always have to know how to increase my boundaries, because it's like, you know, these people in my life left kind of on their own, you know, like time, distance just separating me from a lot of people in different things like this, just because of my own dedication to myself. But so I've recognized that with different people in my life, though, you know, maybe not the same, and not as, you know, not like I'm I've been interacting with terrible people or anything like that. It's just that I've been I've been seeing this tendency in myself that is still leaning towards giving too much of myself, agreeing to more things that, and it's like nobody is pressuring me or anything. It's just like I've recognized, oh, sometimes I need to set boundaries and I haven't been. And so, really, the point of everything that I'm saying here is I'm just seeing how important it is to be in my own energy and to be present with myself. And it's like, I know a lot of people are afraid to be present with themselves because they don't want to feel certain things. And it's like, I don't think people realize that just because you might be having some negative emotions doesn't mean that it has to be a terrible experience for you. And like, you can recognize that just your presence and your willingness to be with yourself is exactly what you need. And it's very healing. And not everything that you're going through is going to be, sunshine and rainbows, but it still feels good to be with yourself. Like, it feels good to be present with yourself in your negative emotions. Like, it doesn't feel good going through like really hard, difficult emotions, but your presence with yourself, it can be comforting, healing. And it's not that I've been running from myself, because I've always been a very introspective person. Like, I've just always been that way, and I've always paid attention to my emotions because like I was the only person that paid attention to my emotions. And I always validated myself when no one would. But it's like I've recognized that in my day-to-day, because of the things that I've gone through in my life, and the experiences that I've had, and being neurodivergent, and just stressors in the environment and things like this, being overwhelmed by things that other people aren't overwhelmed by, is just I've been so used to shutting myself down and blocking the external experience. So it's like I've always been trying to like leave my body all the time, and I've been so used to that because of the environment, not because of me. And so it's like what I've been doing is teaching myself that I am safe to be in the present moment now. So yeah, that's just kind of been what's going on. Me just recognizing how much I've allowed myself to be overstimulated and just coping with it by vanishing, basically like not being present. And so I'm just recognizing that there are more things that I need to be doing, practicing to keep myself from becoming overstimulated, because it's like I have been like almost all the time, and that's why I often don't have as much energy as I would like and things like this. And it's like, and like I've said, I've had my practices and things that I do in meditation and all these things that I've been doing for years at this point. but it needs to become more now. And so that has been my focus. So I just wanted to share that. So that's it. I thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed, if you can relate, like this video, subscribe to this channel, comment your thoughts down below. If you would like to support me even more, I'm gonna link my Ko-fi in the description, and then maybe I'm gonna put my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal as well. I could really use that kind of support right now. It's very helpful for me and will give me some breathing room, because full transparency here, often the weight of my finances and the things I need to take care of is a bit suffocating to me. So if anyone could help me out, I really, really appreciate that. No pressure, of course, you don't have to do that. But I'm just glad that you're watching this video. I'm very grateful for that. And if you want to comment and if your thoughts down below, if you can relate to this in any way, I'd love to hear it. And again, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, and have a good day, have a good week, have a good month, have a good year, and I'll see you in the next video.